Good afternoon and welcome to the North Brookfield Elementary School auditorium. I think it's appropriate, being Memorial Day weekend, if we rise and salute the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we begin our showing of Ward Hollow, it is a privilege and great pleasure for me to give the creator of the Ward Hollow documentary film the opportunity to introduce himself and to share his personal comments on his project. I give you Tyler Nickerson, founder and CEO of Rad-X Pictures.
Hi. Thank you all for taking time to come today. I'll make sure to keep this short because I know you're all eager to see the film. As Ms. Walter has just mentioned, my name is Tyler Nickerson, and I'm in the process currently of graduating high school. I haven't graduated yet, but school just ended for me this past week. The film you are about to see is a documentary I started last year as a community service project, and by this point it has proved to be much, much more. Ward Hollow is the third documentary I've made, the first two being about my grandfather's involvement in the Korean War and a school trip I took in 2011 to China. This one, however, I can say with the utmost certainty is the most ambitious film project I had ever pursued, and has totaled 10 total months of making. Throughout the making of the film, I've talked to people I didn't know lived here. I've visited places I didn't know existed, and most of all, I finally learned the history of the places I've seen literally hundreds of times in my 18 years of living here. So before we begin, I just want to take a brief moment to thank several of the key people involved in the making of this film. First off, I would like to thank Linda Grace, who without her little history book of wonders, this film would not exist. I would like to thank both you and Alan Smith for all the pictures, information, and insight you have provided to me throughout the making of this film. Secondly, I would like to thank Sheila Buzzle at the town office for setting me on the right track by giving me a roster of initial names to start interviewing upon the announcement that the production of Ward Hollow would commence. I'd also like to thank Dr. Grace, Buddy Lane, and all of the other people who were the first people I interviewed. You guys really helped to jumpstart the whole production. I'd like to thank Edie Huback and Mary Walter and the Friends of the Townhouse for granting me the opportunity to enter the townhouse to shoot behind-the-scenes footage for use in the film. I'd like to thank my father, Jeff Nickerson, who is sitting in the front row, for spending countless hours behind my computer narrating 12 pages of narration dialogue. Without you, I would have had no idea who would narrate the film and how to even begin conveying information to the viewer. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for donating that smooth voice of yours to this project. I'd like to thank Mrs. Davis's class in the North Brookfield Elementary School, which you're all currently in, for letting me use the school as a location for the final shoot of the film. Why did I choose to shoot at the film for the finale of the film? Well, that's a secret, and you're all going to have to watch the film and find out. So I'll give you Mary Walters again, who will say a few more words before we begin the film. And so here she is. Thank you.
I'd just like to let you all know that the DVD from this film is available afterwards for a donation of $10, which will go to the benefit of the Historical Society and the Townhouse Restoration. Thank you, Tyler, for the sincere thank you that you gave to everyone who was so helpful to you on this project. Every day becomes a moment in history, whether or not its events are recorded, reported, or even memorable. The cumulative effect of these everyday events results in the stories behind our history. Today, Tyler Nickerson, a senior in high school, just graduating, presents to you the finished product of a community service project. He shares with us a video collage of the 200-year history of the town of North Brookfield. Through interviews, biological research, documentary footage, printed and handwritten media, Tyler has created a recapture of all that makes North Brookfield one of the most prestigious and industrious small rural towns in the state of Massachusetts. It is compelling. Let the show begin.